expected the world, but it flew away from her reach. So she ran away in her sleep and dreamed of paradise, paradise, paradise. Every time she closed her eyes.
Hey guys, welcome to Massive. We're a part of the Ubisoft group. We're working on Far Cry 3 currently. You might also have seen previous games like Ground Control, World in Conflict. We also did a part of the recent Assassin's Creed Revelations. Today we have a press event for Far Cry 3 with press from mainly Europe today. We had the US yesterday, and there will be more Europeans tomorrow, and then Nordic press on Friday.
So hi there, I'm David Polfelt. I'm the Managing Director of Massive Entertainment, which is a Ubisoft studio in Sweden. Massive is a studio that's been around for quite some time now. We've been here for 15 years. We started out as a small RTS studio. We did Ground Control and Dark Conspiracy and Ground Control 2. And then from there we went on to do World in Conflict, which was a pretty big title for us. We had a great time with that in 2007 and 2008. And then we were bought by Ubisoft in 2009, and since then we've been working on a couple of secret things, but also a lot on Far Cry 3.
Favorite place in the studio?
Yep.
Well, if you let me walk a bit, I'll show you.
Cool.
This is my favorite part of the studio. And
why is that?
well, you know, it might not be what you think. It's actually quite much easier than that, because this kind of embodies part of what I do at this company. I do communication work, but I'm also responsible for what we call content research and user research, which means that I gather feedback from gamers and I make sure the player experience is as good as it can be. And a lot of the games we do are action driven. It's war games, there are guns. It's very important to get the guns right, because we're all gamers, we know that we want it to feel right. So okay, how do you get it to feel right if you don't know what you're actually putting in the game? That's why we have these tools that I'm responsible for maintaining. They allow us to get a feel for the weapons. Obviously they're not real guns, these are airsoft guns, but they're pretty accurate replicas. And some of you will say, yeah, well, it's still not like a real gun. And it's true, it's not like a real gun, but it's pretty close. And for the guys who do animation work or conceptual art or even in-game models, it helps to look at these things, to feel them, to touch them, to actually maneuver the handles and pull the triggers, because it works in a way that allows them to understand how the weapon works. So that's how we can get good weapons in the game.
You know, I really like this job. I come from an art director background myself. So I'm interested in story, I'm interested in design, I'm interested in creating moods. And I realized that being a manager, you can work with those things, but from a completely different angle, which is from this desk, being a manager. But I think of it as almost as a story, or as an emotion that you're trying to create. We're trying to set up a kind of a canvas for a story. So to me, that is, I feel as creative now as I did feel when I was an art director. This year, we plan to hire around 40 new really competent people. If you think you're one of them, just check out our website and we'll be happy to receive your CV. If you're wondering what it takes to get a job in the gaming industry, I think first of all you need to be a very passionate gamer. You need to know games, and not just one game. You need to play all games, and you need to understand them and think about why do you like them? What is it in those games that make them so good? Then to be specialized helps a lot. It's okay to be interested only in hair, or only in weapons, or only in animation. because it helps when you're in a team to be really, really good at something that is quite specific. It gives you, casts you in a clear role. And we always look a lot at people who have become obsessed with something. But you can be obsessed with writing music, or obsessed with writing story, or biographies for characters. It really doesn't matter as long as you're really, really interested and passionate about your own profession. Then, of course, the way this industry is going, education is becoming more and more important. So if you think you can get into an engineering program in a university, or an art school, or a game design school, there are plenty of those, then make sure that you get that education, because the competition now to get these jobs is pretty tough.